Hey everybody, Ricky here with Apple Valley Farm. Thank you so much for being here today for part 2 of our Porch Welcome Sign video. If you're wondering, hey, what is part 2? Where's part 1? Long story short, we did part 1 about a year and a half ago. Somebody posted a comment though the other day and said, hey, where is part 2 for this video? I completely forgot to do part 2. Which is par for the course for me. I'm scattered like crazy. Anyway, I said, hey, I'll do it today. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna do a video today, which is part 2 of our welcome sign video of our big 5.5 foot tall porch signs that are so popular right now with the word welcome on there. So today we're gonna do the lettering, and we're gonna have some links in the show notes, so you'll be able to go and print out some templates for the letters so you can do it exactly like we're doing it in this video. All right, that's it. I say let's get to it. Here we go. Okay, so we have our sign ready, painted, dry, ready to be lettered. Then this is how we will transfer the lettering over here. Now, as you can see, I've been using this because I use it several times before it wears out. You don't have to do that, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing, but I'm going to show you how to put all of this together. So with that, let's go to the computer and print some stuff out. Okay, so today we're going to be using Microsoft Publisher. That's just what I prefer to use. You could use any program. I just happen to like Publisher. So I've created something that is 10 inches wide by 66 inches tall, because our sign is 11 by 66. So I want to make sure I have a little bit of a margin on either side. I created that. I laid out the word welcome, and we're doing that. Let me show you. I have it in Word Art, and this is in Bookman Old Style. That is the font, and I do have it bold. All right, so Bookman Old Style font. I've got the word welcome. You could use any font. This just happens to be the one that I use. And then we turned it vertical right here. We clicked that to make our text vertical, and then we just stretched it into place. We don't want it looking distorted. We want the font to look natural, but we've got it pretty much centered in this space. That's it. Now I'm going to save this as, I'm saving it as a PDF. Now I've already saved it. There we go. I'm saving it as a PDF. Yes, because I've already got it saved. I'm just showing you. And then once we save it as a PDF, then it's going to open here in Adobe. Now we're going to print this, and we're going to print it as a poster. And when we print it as a poster, then it will give us the ability to print these out in tiles. And then we'll be able to connect these tiles to make one long template. We'll click print and then go to town. Here we go. Okay, once everything is printed out, now we're going to start laying these tiles out and connecting them. Now, as you'll notice, let's just take the first two. As you'll notice, there is a border on around each letter. That's so we can overlap these letters, these pages, just a little on that margin and connect these letters, and now that makes a perfect W. Well, you're not seeing a perfect W, are you? There you go. Okay, so again, we will connect these just like this. There we go. Now we'll just take some clear tape, connect these with the tape just in a couple of spots. That's all it takes right there. Now we'll continue to do this the length of the whole word. All right, that was easy. So now I'm gonna cut a couple of, I call these bird mouth notches down here at the bottom, just like that. And I'm gonna cut 2 at the top also. Now I'm also gonna cut just randomly down the sides a couple of bird mouths also. And I'll show you, I'm not gonna try to explain to you yet why I'm doing this because it probably won't make sense. But I'm gonna cut those on the side, just a couple of them as we go up through here, and then I'll show you why in just a minute. So let me go ahead, we'll just do it in real time here. I'll cut a couple of more, like this, like this. There we go. And then we'll get up here to the top and cut a couple up here at the top. Now we're ready to go to our sign. Here we go. Okay, so the challenge is going to be me showing you this, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing closely enough to tell what I'm doing. I'm going to lay my template out on my sign like I want it, okay? Now, these notches on the side, this will help me make sure that I'm centering everything on here, because as the paper overlaps the sign, it's kind of hard to tell. So this just helps give me a view of the sign underneath. These also do the same thing, but these are going to be our taping points. So once I get the sign centered up the way I want it, which it is now, then I'm going to use just some blue painter's tape, it's fine, 2 pieces. And I'm going to apply them right over those bird mouths, right over those notches. Now, the sign is secure, it's not going anywhere, it's not going to move much. You still have to be kind of careful with it, but that's it. Now it's ready for us to transfer the design to the sign. Okay, now we're going to use transfer paper. I have some white, I have some black. I'm going to put black letters on this white sign, so obviously I want to use some black transfer paper. This is it. It comes in a pack. I've got about 10 in this pack. Here's some of the white. I get mine at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Michael's. You can probably even get it at Walmart. You can get it just about anywhere crafting material is available. I just happen to like the stuff that I get from Hobby Lobby. This is the black. There are 2 sides to it. You can see I've been using this a good bit, and you can use it a lot. There's a shiny side, and then there is this dull side. Obviously, the shiny side is the material that transfers, so you want it down. So we're going to slip this under our template, and then we'll start tracing it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can show you how I'm doing this. I'm gonna try not to move my template too much, okay? Still wanna be aware of where it is, but I'm gonna slide this up under the letter, still making sure this is nice and flat. And now I'm just gonna trace the outline of the letter. You don't have to be perfect because you're not gonna be painting by numbers here. This is just, I use this to help me make sure my letters are placed properly and that I'm doing them consistently as to the size of the lettering, things like that. So then I will shift my paper down to the next letter and repeat. This is just a rough guide. This is to make sure that the final product looks the way I want it to, or at least as close as possible to the way I want it to. Now I'm going to keep repeating this all the way down the sign, then I'll show you what it looks like. All of the transfer work has been done, and now, see there? Look! Nice and neat and tidy. The letters are all transferred onto the board, and they're ready for us to paint. Now we'll just pull this right up, and look at there. It's ready to go. There we go. Looking nice. Now, let's just paint the letters. All right, we're ready to do some lettering. I'm just using some black Delta paint. This also comes from Hobby Lobby. You can use any paint you want to. I just happen to like the Delta paint. And I'm just using a 3/4 inch brush, flat brush, or an angled brush to do the lettering. And it just happens to be perfect for some of the areas that I'm going to be painting, and you'll see that in just a minute. All right, with that, we're just going to put some paint on a paper plate and get to lettering. All right, you'll develop your own way that you like to do this. I like to start here and work my way down. And as you can see, I'm not being super precise, and our tracing really just provides a real general guide for us to make sure that our letters are, as I said before, consistent in size and placement. Because I don't know about you, but if I try to freehand this, truly freehand it, I have a really bad sense of placement, and so my letters will wind up being all crooked. And so this helps me not be crooked. Now, you may not have a problem with that. If you don't, I'm jealous. Some people don't have a problem with it. I do. Anyway, as you can see, we're just working our way through the letter, following the outlines that we traced here before. Nothing terribly complicated. And again, if you get outside the line, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I will say, if you're like me, again, I really kind of have a shaky hand. So I tell people in our classes, continuity is your friend. And that means movement works for me. If I move my hand too slowly, then it gets really shaky really easily. So I want to move with a purpose through the letter. And there we go. Look at that. And now we'll just continue to do this all the way down the sign until we get all the letters done. Look at that. Looking nice. Looking good. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. And again, as I tell most folks, it's not magic, you know, it's just patience and practice. Patience and practice, that's all it is. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, thank you again for being here with me and walking through the welcome sign process with me, especially here on part 2. Thank you if you came back for part 2. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it. It's really not that complicated. It's just kind of an easy step-by-step process. And as long as you follow these steps, then you're almost guaranteed success. But let me know if you have any questions about this. If you have any questions about anything along these lines, thank you for being here. And let me know if we can do anything for you. Hey, if you don't want to make your own sign, you want us to make one for you, let me know. Give me a shout if you want to. You can do it here in the comments. You can give me a shout at info@applevalleyfarmga.com. You can hook up with us on our website at www.applevalleyfarmga.com, or you can find us on any of your favorite social media sites, yada, yada, yada. But thank you for being here. Hey, if you like this video, then like this video. And please leave a comment. Please subscribe to our channel. We're doing stuff like this all the time. And thank you again for coming back here a year and a half later for part 2 of our welcome sign video. Thank you. Have a great day. Take care. See you next time.